Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world. Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak any English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso, a new concept in social media. Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Trousseau is both social and safe. We refer to Trousseau as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Trousseau even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Trousseau is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Trousseau. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Trousseau is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good day, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Grant McGaugh, CEO of 5-Star BDM and host of the award-winning Follow the Brand podcast and TV series. And I am your business moderator for this day on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Please join me in welcoming Alan Thornton to the stage as the Trivera revenue leader and a dynamic force behind the renowned 40-acre conference. Alan exemplifies visionary leadership in creating wealth and opportunity worldwide. A Wharton executive education alumnus based in Houston, Texas, Alan has been recognized in Houston Business Journal's prestigious 40 Under 40 for his exceptional contributions to business and community. His unwavering commitment is evident in his diverse expertise, ranging from commercial real estate to brand marketing, and his innovative approach in leveraging technology like blockchain and enterprise software. Alan is not just transforming business landscapes, he's forging pathways for minority communities, aiming to bridge wealth gaps and foster economic empowerment. Let's give a warm welcome to a true leader of legacy builders, Alan Thornton.
How you doing today?
I am doing just wonderful. How are you doing, Alan?
Man, I'm doing incredible. I appreciate that eloquent introduction on this early Wednesday morning.
Oh, man, it is all you. I'm going to let you take the stage. Genius is common, and I will see you on the other side.
How's everybody doing today? I'm glad we had an opportunity to spend some time together this morning. So what I want to go over is legacy, right? This is Financial Literacy Month, and a lot of times we are taught different things and different principles. So what I want to do is go over some principles that I learned, because a lot of times we don't need to be taught, we just need to be reminded. And this last March, a couple weeks ago, I had the honor and pleasure of taking a drive with my 9-year-old daughter all the way from Houston, Texas. We took a road trip to Hollywood, California. So I want to go over 3 things that trip taught me, because there's nothing like a teacher being a teacher, because then they get taught. So I want to go over that and really tie things into some of the things that Grant talked about during that introduction about the 40-acre conference, about some really good and exciting things that are coming up, and see if some of those thoughts and ideas foster some new innovation for each and every one of you. So if you're ready, say I'm ready. Type it in the chat. I know it's early, but let's go. So a little bit about my background story, so we can kind of frame one of my mentors that I've met through our business dealings and with Dr. Kelly is Dr. George Frazier. And he says, hey, one of his favorite and most memorable quotes is, the picture always looks good when it's framed correctly, just like this picture right here that you're looking at on the screen. So just to give you a little bit about my background, my mom's from New York, my dad's side of the family is from New Orleans. So I have the best of both hustles. And when you look at that background and you hear my voice, you're like, where is he from? That's where that mix and kind of sounds like an island accent, or you don't have to ask me if I'm from the Caribbean, right? We're all from Africa, and we made a few stops in between. So that's where the accent comes from. So I am Black and Creole, so we can get that off of the table. Even more than that, and more into my background. When I grew up in West Texas. My mom and dad came in, and once I came along, they settled in El Paso and Fort Bliss. Many of you know that town. It's one of the second biggest Army base in the world, where a lot of people go to get deployed. So a lot of my family was military, and a lot of those values, even though I was never in the service, were instilled in me, whether I knew it consciously, but unconsciously. As I started to do some of the things that I do, I realized it came from my upbringing. Went to school in New Mexico State for a year, went to play ball there, and like a lot of times it did not work out the way that I wanted to, but that wasn't the end of the story. I went to and graduated from Texas at San Antonio, moved around a little bit, had an opportunity to live in the best city in the summer in the world, Chicago, but I quickly found out that in the winter was not where I wanted to be. So I moved back. I moved to Texas, settled in Houston, where I've been the last 14 years. Have a beautiful 9-year-old daughter, and have had some excellent dealings in Houston. It's the most diverse city in the U.S., which is excellent. And I love all of the different foods and the cultures there. But let's segue to talk about this road trip. A few of the things that I learned is, hey, you want to make more money than you spend, right? Sounds like an easy principle to learn. But I remember as we were going down this road trip, and every single stop that we did, it was actually a 46-hour road trip. Took 13 hours and drove and stopped to see my family in Fort Bliss. And I remember every single gas station we would stop at. My daughter was asked, hey, can I get this? Can I get this? And about a month before that, I went to the market. So last year, I took a trip to, and it's going to be an annual trip to Africa. And when I went to Africa, I bought a bunch of different necklaces and goods and things from the market in Africa. And I gave this big chest to my daughter. And I said, look, this chest is now yours. And anytime daddy has a pop-up, you are going to have a pop-up. And I'm actually going to give you this product, but you are going to sell it and you're going to make money. So she is an absolute killer. You will not get by her without buying something. And if you don't want to buy something, she's going to ask you to be a part of the community and make a donation. Takes Cash App cards. It's phenomenal to see. But needless to say, all of that money that she earned, right? One is figure out a way to earn some money. The second is make more money than you spend. And these sounds like elementary principles, but somewhere in what we do, we start to get lost in, right, all of the fun, the material things, the things that maybe in a trap that other people may have that you want. So you go buy things that you don't need. And I started to learn this because in talking to my daughter at every single gas station, Daddy, can I have this? Can I have this? Can I do this? And I let her know, hey, some of that money that you made, bring it on the trip. I had a speaking engagement right before spring break, and she recorded it. And it was an incredible engagement. I was on with a couple of NFL players and a CEO of a company that's about to go public. So it was a phenomenal panel. She recorded it. And, for that effort, she made about $100, which is a really good gig. Now, she took some of that money and I said, Daddy, do I need to bring my own money? Before it was like, Daddy, why don't you pay for it? Now it's like, hey, I will help you produce your own money. So remember where that money came from. So when we go, I will continue to help you produce money. So the question is no longer, hey, Daddy, can you pay for this? It's, hey, Daddy, how much of my money should I bring? Which is an incredible paradigm shift when you get people in the realm of producing, which is a very fruitful concept. So all these different gas stations that we went to, she would say, can I have this? Can I have this? And it's very different when you are spending your own money, right? Things are different. So the second principle, one, make more money than you spend. Number two is understand things are very different when you're spending your own money. So I spent about 12 years in the corporate world, right? On and off in different stints, and still do some consulting and have clients that are Fortune 500 companies selling enterprise software. But things were very different, right? When I had an expense account and, we could buy whatever we want. We could go on, $300, $400, $500 lunches, right? Just because, take clients out. But that is very different as an entrepreneur, right? You may not need to go to Mastro's Steakhouse for lunch. You may start to understand that minimum effective dose that you can have a great lunch and still really understand and get to the goal that you want to get to without breaking the bank, because it's your money. And once you understand that and step out on your own and start to really track that, which it sounds elementary, but these are some of these things that I kind of retaught myself in just a simple trip with my daughter. And those were very reinvigorating lessons to learn. It's like, hey, you tell your daughter this, but hey, are you preaching this? Are you actually doing this? Are you keeping track of all these things? And you almost get your kids will put you back on track, right? Because if there's any, like my daughter, she looks just like me, right? She looks like a little light-skinned version of me with more hair. So looking at her really helps me remind myself to be on the track and the trajectory that I actually want to be, even if it's at that moment, right? Because you're always in this game that we call life, making constant corrections to get to the destination that you want to ultimately arrive at. So I learned that, retaught myself that principle. And the last thing was, hey, we go to, I remember we stopped in this small place, and it was in I think it was right outside of Alamogordo. It was in New Mexico, in the middle of nowhere. I think it was Hatch, New Mexico, because there was the Chili's there, right? And always be ready to showcase and share your story, share your product, share with what you have, because you never know who may want it. So we're in this little town in Hatch, New Mexico, and there's all these chilies, right? Hatch is the chili capital of the world. Hot chili, red chili, green chili, your chili, like whatever whatever you want, and it's phenomenal. It's all made right there, and they ship all over the world. But I remember I was wearing, and I always wear, and I'll show you, and you're like, what's he doing? Is he taking this clothes? No. So I always have my Africa pendants, right? And she has a bunch as well, and they're straight from the motherland. But I was wearing one, she was wearing one, and one of the guys commented, oh man, that's a nice chain. And before I could even say anything else, she said, would you like one? Right? She didn't lead with, I always tell her, lead with the value, lead with what they want, not with what the price is. And she said, do you want one? He said, absolutely. She said, funny enough, I may have, and I also, this was to the T, and I was just watching this like, whoa, right? Because she said, you know what? I may have one more. We're on a trip to Houston. And I'm sitting here like looking at a version of myself, right? Because you talk about urgency, you talk about scarcity, you talk about getting people what they want because it's valuable and not because of the price. And I'm just sitting back, and she said, I may have one more. Is this were you serious? Do you really like? He's like, yeah. No, I want one. And then she did something, and I was like, she's 9 years old, right? And she's seen me in different places do these things. Didn't even ask the price. So she ringed up, she was going to get this candy and everything else. And before we rung up, he told us what the price was. I don't know, it was maybe $50 or something like that. And she said, okay, well, here's what we can do. Only give me 10 and this product. So what did she really create? Right, I'll give you this necklace. I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do. Just give me $10 and we'll call it even. Now, on the surface, he had probably never seen something like that. He's in a small city, Hatch, New Mexico, and the value that created, I was like, right? $60 was what that sale was worth, right? Because the product and the chilies and everything was probably $50. She said, just give me 10. So in his mind, right, he was only coming out $10 because that product probably cost him a subset of that. But the value that was created, right, $60, and she got the product for free. So she got all this product. She had got that Africa product for me because I donated it to her as her dad, and she just put $10 in her pocket. I was like, the trip could have ended right there, right? Because once I saw that, I was like, man, that I'd never, besides the fact that I remember when she first came out and watching her when she was born, and looking at her the first time, I've seen her win competition. I've seen her win medals, but that was one of the greatest moments of my life as a father, to see that transaction happen. And it was just smooth as butter. So I say all that to say, those three different tips. Find a way to generate income with what you have. Make more money than you actually spend. And the biggest thing is find a way to create value. And those are all things that I learned on a spring break trip with my little girl. So here's a bonus. This is a fourth one. And I'm going to talk about creating value. And I've had the honor and pleasure, as you heard Mr. Grant talk about, you heard him talk about the 40-acre conference. And this is something that was near and dear a few years ago when everything happened during COVID and we were forced to sit down and watch things unfold in front of us. And George Floyd died, right? There was a lot going on, but everybody was watching because there was nothing else to do, right? They had a lot of disposable time on their hands. So a lot of corporations, right? A lot of government officials, a lot of celebrities said, look, there's some really bad things that have happened in the Black community. So what we want to do is we want to find a way to sow back into that community because there's been some really bad things that have happened. So, hey, I'll give $1 million, I'll give 5 million, I'll give 100 million, I'll give $1 billion, I'll give 20 billion, up to $100 billion. And when we were sitting back and watching all of this unfold, I could not help but think, unfortunately, these great aspirations are never going to come to fruition, right? I've seen this episode before. Math is my best subject. History is what I enjoy the most. And it brought back flashbacks of, even though I was not there, I have read a lot on 40 Acres and a Mule. And 40 Acres and a Mule, for those of you that don't know, was a promise that was made to the Black community that was never kept back in 1865. Now, 2 years before that, the slaves were actually free in 1863, but it didn't get to Texas, close to where I live in Galveston, until 1865. That's why we celebrate Juneteenth. Now, during that time, once that happened, there was a period of time that the Union Army got together with a bunch of pastors and a great idea and a bunch of landowners and said, look, we are going to take and get a bunch of this land. And what we are going to do is give every single freedman and woman, right, 40 acres and a mule, which was a great deed for all of these people that had built up our country to that point. And some of the same language was happening at that time. Hey, I'll give $1 million. I'll give 20 million. I'll give it, right? Same back then it was land. I'll give an acre. I'll give all of this land. And ultimately, when the new president came in, when Andrew Johnson came in, pretty much reversed that. And hearing some of the same language within a few years, right? Oh, well, have you given the land out? Well, you know, it's a 1-year commitment. Well, it's a 3-year commitment. What? It's a 10-year commitment. And it ultimately got swept under the rug, never to be seen again. And it's one of those things that gets swept under the rug, but actually was something that was promised. And I said, you know, this is going to happen again. If people aren't held accountable and showcased for actually making these promises and being able to showcase and track these things. And what I saw is, look, I'm just a guy, right? And nobody else is stepping up to make this happen. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to put together some government officials, some celebrities, some influencers, some people of influence, and call it the 40 Acre Conference. Bring them all in one place and showcase all the great things that they are doing for 2, maybe 3 reasons, right? One is to help that next generation be what they see so they can create legacy, and we can have these things recreated, the good thoughts, behaviors, the things that create and produce great things in our nation. We want to pour gasoline on that, because a lot of times, like where I grew up, there was not a lot of opportunity, and you can go left or right real quick. And if there is no vision, right, people ultimately perish. That's why we have the largest school to prison pipeline in our community. Most of the people that are in jail are African American, right, because of their environment. But if they're shown something at a young age that they can rise above their current circumstance, we can really decrease that gap very quickly, expeditiously. So one of the things I want to do is be able to connect with people, because I didn't have a following. I still don't have a huge following, but I know how to connect with people. And at first it sounded crazy. People said, and all of this is the bonus of creating value. I'm going to cut off here in a minute, but just showing you how value can be created out of an idea, and people will sow into that idea. We had a bunch of different people, and I remember going to the Centennial of Black Wall Street about 3 years ago in 2021, around the same time. And during that time, I met 3-4 guys. I met Big Mike coming in. I met Rashad Troy and a gentleman named Hill Harper. And they were in a small place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, talking about financial literacy, just like we are right now, on the Centennial of Black Wall Street. So this was May 30th to June 2nd, 2021. And during that time, these gentlemen were talking about creating a conference called InvestFest, right? And this was before InvestFest, before their found. Most of you know those gentlemen as Earn Your Leisure. Now, as they came through, now they have the largest conference in the world. Over 25,000 people flood into Atlanta every single year. And I saw that happen. 90 days later, they started their conference, right? And they executed. 90 days later, we started our conference. 6 months after that, we started the Juneteenth Hall of Fame. And we give out awards to top entrepreneurs. We're very excited because we have one of the most iconic awards. We launched it in Miami at Art Basel last year. And what we were told is, hey, this is the most iconic award since the BET Award, right? Not says I, says the people in that industry. And it's a silhouette of Martin Luther King, has over 400 years of history embedded in the award, and changing the narrative from just sports and entertainment really to entrepreneurship. And it's in the shape of a record. So it's a very, very, very iconic award. And then it has augmented reality embedded into it. So you can actually, wherever you are in the world, take a picture of it and you can see the whole wall. And we're taking it to another level this next time. So we're in that same, and I'm tying this all to a bow before I get pulled off by Dr. Kelly. But in my trip to Hollywood, and tying this back to the spring break trip, my daughter wants to be an actress. So whatever she does, whether it's gymnastics, whether it's soccer, whether it's basketball, whether it's volleyball, whatever she does, I make it a point to dive all the way in and to give her any leg up, any vision that she can be the best at. I don't care what she does, what any of my kids, I want them to be the best, and I want them to visualize and see that they can be the best. So we go all the way to Hollywood, right? We drive, and like, man, that's a lot of time. You'll never get time like that. She's 9 years old, right? Next time she'll be 11, like next spring break that we have. And I may never get 46 hours willingly in the car with my daughter again. So it was an incredible experience. Needless to say, we go to Hollywood, California. Not only did she see the stars, I asked her to, hey, take a picture by the star. I want you to visualize the star. We even went so far as to get one of those people that had the letters, had the red carpet, put her name on a star. And I said, look, we're going to take a picture with your name on the star. And what do you want to do? Okay, you want to be it. So we're going to put that silhouette of because there's different categories. For those of you that have never seen a car, there's radio, film, television. So you pick, depending on what you're best known for, you do that, you put it on. There's a special red carpet, and it's like a ceremony. So she actually did, right, the same kind of ceremony that they would do if you got your own Hollywood star. So I was looking at that and I said, we're going to take this to the next level. So I had the opportunity to work with one of the greatest artists in the world, Mr. Alexander Rockefeller, and he helped us design our MLK Award, which we are going to do. And I'm letting you know for the first time right here. So we did MLK with our signature 2 years ago. And I'll tie this all in a bow. 3 years ago, when I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I remember seeing Sheila Jackson Lee and letting her know, hey, we have this 40-acre thing. I don't know exactly how it's all going to come together, but when we do get it together, I would love for you to be a part of it. And I can remember being in the back of the room, and there was some gentlemen laughing, saying, because she was talking about Juneteenth before it was a holiday, and saying, man, it is hard enough to get a holiday, much less a Black holiday. It's hard enough to get a federal dollar. Black holiday, that'll never happen. Needless to say, fast forward a year later, Juneteenth became a holiday, and I came back to her in Houston, Texas, and said, hey, remember you? She meets a lot of people. No. And then I showed her a few pictures. Oh, yeah, Tulsa, I remember you. Well, I would love to create the Juneteenth Hall of Fame. So on that day in June, we actually got the stamp of approval from federal Congress, right, with Sheila Jackson Lee, and we have the proclamation from Congress when we started the global Juneteenth Hall of Fame by the person that created the legislation. So it started to grow. Now, this next year, so this past silhouette and this past MLK award ceremony had my signature. This Juneteenth record will have Sheila Jackson Lee's signature, and in the background, it will have Harriet Tubman, right? One of the most iconic figures in just abolition, slavery, just building the Moses of our people at that time, right? Who freed us out of the captivity and built, a lot of the Underground Railroad. Another thing that we're going to do that is absolutely iconic, and many of you will be able to access this from all over the world, because not only do we live stream it, also this metaverse experience you'll be able to see. So all of the different awards that we give out, so we'll give out 19 special awards to entrepreneurs, 19 awards to corporations that have supported the Black community, 19 awards to those people. And many people kind of threw rocks at me, but I give 19 awards to people that don't look like us, that supported the Black community. If you remember the Million Man March, 20% of those people were not African American. We needed those people to get to that stake. So back to the Hollywood story, we are going to do squares. So in addition to the actual plaques that people get that are iconic, that they can put on their wall with the record signed by Sheila Jackson Lee with over 400 years of history, and it's an iconic piece with Harriet Tubman in the background, we're going to do a walk of fame, and we're raising money for our own venue, right? Intentionally. And at this venue, even before the venue is built in the metaverse, we are putting down the Juneteenth Hall of Fame. So similar to Hollywood, in that same room, in this metaverse room, you'll be able to see not only the star, whether it's real estate, whether you're in tech, whether you're a serial entrepreneur, whether you've been in media and marketing, you will have, just like entertainment, film, radio, they do in Hollywood, this is the Juneteenth Hall of Fame. Those entrepreneurs will have those iconic symbols that will sit there forever. And the incredible thing is there's we're going to have our venue, which we're ultimately going to have the larger 40-acre conference at. In addition to that, George Frazier, the gentleman I told you about before, who I gave an award to last Juneteenth, is building an iconic Juneteenth or a Black Legacy Museum. And we are actually going to be the first museum, the Juneteenth Hall of Fame, in that museum in Atlanta, Georgia. So a few things happening, tie that all together. I know I've enjoyed our time together. I've told you a little bit about my spring break trip with my daughter during Financial Literacy Month, talked about finding something that you can sell to generate money, making more money than you spend, finding a way to create value, and then the biggest thing, creating value for our people. So, Grant, I thank you for having me today. This has been a phenomenal.
Oh, no. You don't get off that easy. No. We got a few minutes here.
He said, no, you ain't going nowhere.
Not at this point. First of all, thank you for sharing today and your journey and with your daughter and everything you're talking about. So important. Understanding this whole thing around 40 acres. Some of our audience do not understand or don't know what that means. 40 acres, 40 acres and a mule that was done. This is back in the Civil War time. Can you give us a little context around some history so they understand exactly what that's about and how you're tying that back into your history?
Absolutely. So all of that is our history. So Black history goes back, and what we're seeing right now is those that don't understand history are doomed to repeat it. And history, unfortunately, tends to repeat itself. So back in 1865, slavery was abolished. It was actually abolished 2 years before that, but it didn't get to Texas until 2 years later on June 19th, 1865. And that's why we celebrate Juneteenth, right? The last place was right here in the Houston area, down in Galveston. And after that, shortly after that, they said, look, just like you hear right now in the pandemic, hey, so bad things happen to the Black community. So we want to make it right. So we want to give 40 acres and a mule. It sounded just like you hear right now. Hey, we want to give $1 million, $100 million, $1 billion. And those parallels still happen. A year later, they said, hey, where's the land? Well, we're going to roll it out over the next 2 years. You look back to 2020, 2021, 22. Well, we're going to roll it out the next few years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Where's the land? Well, some of those programs we're revamping and we got to pull some things back. What you're hearing now. Hey, well, some of those diversity and inclusion, that's, we're going to do away with some of those positions. And so those parallels, and ultimately 40 acres and a mule got swept in the rug. Ultimately, that $300 billion that you heard about in the pandemic of all the great things that were going to happen in the Black community is going to disappear if we don't do something about it. And I'm not saying that we have to start a riot of our nation, because that's not how the pen is mightier than the sword, right? So you got to get to the right people from a political standpoint, from an influence standpoint, and say, look, here's what you committed to. Just let's talk about this and let's figure out a plan to roll that forward. And the biggest way to do that is through awards. People like to hear their name called. So we get all these corporations in a room and give them an award and say, hey, thank you for all of the great things that you've done to the Black community. And what happens is that next big corporation says, man, we committed to, let's roll out some of those things that we were going to do. Not to shame them. Let's really recognize those that are doing things, and we'll see some progress on those overall things. A lot of it's going to disappear, though, unfortunately, but we're going to get what we can.
It's so important to keep telling the story. People sometimes they listen to these things. Oh, they want a handout. This is a handout. This is not a handout. This is payment for activity and intentional behavior by a group of individuals against another group of individuals that was never compensated. And if you look at other groups, like the Japanese during World War II and some other groups, they were compensated for what the government did and said, hey, you know what? We were wrong. Here's some money for what we did. Try to make this right. This was never done for the Black community for hundreds of years, and the narrative have always been like, this is a handout. No, it's not. No way in shape or form is any kind of handout. This was institutionalized racism that limited Black families from being able to be their best selves in this society, in this community. And then because it was limited, self-limited by law, this is not someone's opinion. No one's just running around here calling you names. This was the law, and this created the impoverished situation that we're in. And we're just looking for our just due because we're